Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
This is Robbe with Believe in the Run.
And Robbie, our heads are up in the clouds once again. Why?
Always in the clouds. Not those kinds of clouds.
What kind of clouds?
Just Nimbus, Cumulus,
Stratus?
Stratus.
But today it's Nimbus.
Cirrus. Is there a Cirrus shoe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, serious.
Is there really?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I mean, I'm sure there is someplace.
totally possible.
Yeah.
All right. So
They
yeah,
haven't
we're
done
here
that.
with the Asics Gel-Nimbus 26.
26? I felt like the 25 just came out.
Yeah, it seems it really wasn't that long ago that it actually came out, I guess. So
Yeah, I remember last January we had the all-white version.
Yeah.
And then it didn't feel like the Nimbus with the colors came out till like mid to late spring. And here we are.
I think it actually was January.
Did it really come out in
Because we
January?
got the white one in December.
Jeez,
I
then
think-
time is flying.
I think it was like late January.
All right,
yeah.
so it's time. It's time for another
I think
Nimbus.
it's because of COVID, when everything was delayed, kept getting delayed. Now that everything's back on track, it seems like they're coming faster than ever. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So Robbie, the Nimbus, what do we use this shoe for?
All right, so the Asics Gel-Nimbus is kind of their premium daily trainer. There's the Cumulus, which is like more of the budget one. There's Nova Blast, which is like more like a fun version, kind of a little bit spicier. And then there's just the tried and true classic Gel-Nimbus.
Yep, the Nimbus has been around, well, 26 iterations.
Yeah.
The only thing that beats it out is the Kayano, which was like, we just did the 30th or something like that.
Yeah.
We really like this one from last year. It took the shoe another direction where it really was that plush, cloud-like feeling under your feet. Everything about this shoe is comfort. I think as many people who liked it for running, liked it for walking and just like daily, just wear. It's soft, it's comfortable, it's cushy, it fit great. Anything else you want to add to that?
No, I mean, I will say that the last year, the 25 really changed the entire Nimbus line. It's the first time in, I don't know, I think ever that the gel wasn't visible. You had it it's embedded as a pure gel unit inside the heel now. And then obviously it just looks a lot different than your classic Gel-Nimbus trainer. And then I just feel like, yeah, it was this soft, like almost a max cushion shoe in a way.
They were kind of splitting it, that traditional one, between the regular Nimbus and the Nimbus Lite, and then they kind of just took them and blended them together, and that's when you got this shoe, and it hit for us. Well cushioned. It's a max, I consider it a max cushion daily trainer. I mean, it is over 40 millimeters in the heel.
Yeah. Long story short, I don't know. Is that the right phrase? Long story short, spoiler alert.
Too long
something.
didn't read.
Yeah. Two wrongs do make a right. I used that in the last one, I think.
I think you're getting redundant.
I have a lot of wrongs
Honest
that
stuff.
I try to turn into rights. They don't always, doesn't always happen. But anyway, so the Nimbus 26 is actually very similar to the 25. In fact, if you put them next to each other, just at first glance, it's really hard to even see the differences. There's a little bit of sculpting and aesthetic differences in the shoe.
Yeah.
But
let's talk about the upper.
Yeah, I mean, well, you did ask me about the midsole.
Oh, then get to it.
The midsole is
it's taking so long.
We'll get there. The midsole is exactly the same as last year as far as the stack height. But yeah, let's just get to the upper and then we'll go to the midsole.
All right. Robbie, the upper to me, other than the lacing system, doesn't really look different.
I mean, again, this is one of those things where if you look at it, it's really hard to spot the differences, which I feel like I was always good at that game in the, remember Highlights magazine? The spot
I do.
the differences.
That was the only thing I could do in there because I
Yeah.
couldn't read.
Yeah, couldn't read good.
Yeah.
Put this in there and see if you can spot the differences. I mean, there's a couple, I think, with the tongue.
The tongue and the throat, the way that the throat's constructed, you can kind of see this one has that W shape at the bottom. This one doesn't. I did get more puckering in this one, but overall, the lacing and the lockdown feels pretty similar.
Yeah, and it's a comfortable upper. It's knit upper. It's, I mean, that's one of the things I think we liked about the last version was that it was really comfortable. Probably not the coolest upper. We're talking like hotter temperatures in the summertime.
Oh, I thought you were talking like hype beast cool.
I mean, no.
Right.
I'm not, no comment either way.
Right.
But I would say in terms of, yeah, if you're running in the summertime, it'd be a little warmer, but for this time of year right now, not so bad.
Perfect.
As far as lockdown and fit, I thought it was pretty good on the run. I didn't have any issues that I on the runs that I did in the shoe. Did you have any issues?
Not at all. And with this plush heel counter, it's going to be hard to get heel lift in this thing. This tab actually does work really well at getting your foot in the shoe. You've got that stretchy, spongy tongue that we love that kind of is gusseted on both sides. I don't even think they call it gusseted. They call it like form fit or something. I forget what the exact term is. But it's locked in there. Overall, nice fitting over, breathable, plush.
Yeah.
It again feels luxurious to the touch.
So let's move on to the midsole.
Fight Foam Blast Plus.
A little bit different though than last year. It's the eco version, which means that a certain percentage of it is made with bio-based materials, which I think plays into the overall feel of the shoe and ride of the shoe.
I would agree.
In combination with the outsole, I think combined to create a different sensation than the 25. How would you describe that?
Okay, so here's what it comes down to. And let's just say this is a max stack shoe. This is, for the men's, it's 41.5 in the back, 33.5 in the front. What's the math on that?
That's an 8mm drop. Women's is 1 millimeter less, so that's 40.5 in the heel, 32.5.
So you feel very protected under your foot. Now the last one, I almost want to say was almost too soft. And I think when we did Shoe of the Year for Daily Trainer, it lost out to the Ghost Max and the 1080 because we felt like the 1080 had a little more responsive feel so that you got that cushioning, but then you got to bounce off, where I felt like in the previous version, it just kind of sank in.
Yeah, I definitely felt that way about this shoe. In fact, I like this shoe, but I'm not a huge fan of the sinking, soft feeling. Great for walking, great for anything like that, but you don't, again, like you said, you don't get that propulsive kind of feel when you toe off, so I feel like this has a little bit more of that.
It does, and what's really happened here is this Fight Foam Blast Plus, I guess with the Eco, is just slightly firmer, so you still have all that stack, but I will say it reminds me more of the feeling from the Ghost Max now, where kind of that hollow, kind of like little less cush, little more like,
yeah,
you could pick up the pace.
Yeah.
And the rubber traction on the bottom definitely adds to that firming up of the shoe. But for me, it made a huge difference in my runs. In this one, I felt like this is a great recovery day shoe, great soft shoe for just really a nice cushioned run, where this one's cushioned, but still, I feel like you can run decent paces in it.
Yeah, what was interesting is that, so this was actually my favorite version of the Nimbus in recent memory, the 24. I liked it actually more than this version. I felt like it was just a more solid daily trainer in that you could pick up the pace a little bit, you could get it, had a nice, more responsive toe off and feel overall. I feel this is kind of a blend of the last two versions maybe.
Yeah.
And the nice thing too is that the outsole here, bringing back the AHAR Plus, thankfully. I think that a lot of people had a gripe with the outsole in this version, so we got more rubber coverage and more durable and grippy rubber too.
Yeah, and I just feel like that bottom with the denser foam, I probably already said this, I'm probably beating it like a horse. Do you beat horses?
Not anymore. That's like
I forget.
Old fashioned. That's like a primeval.
Is it
primeval?
look the horse
Medieval?
in the mouth? I guess, okay.
No,
anyway.
just don't look anything in the mouth.
The firmed up sole does feel more responsive, little more lively under the foot, which surprised me when I actually put this on the scale because it feels to me like a faster shoe than the previous model.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I could tell, I felt like it was heavier on the foot, but like you said, I did feel it was like a faster shoe. And I was surprised that I did a long run in this shoe and a pretty hilly long run actually, and my paces were a lot faster than I had anticipated. And yeah, I was surprised that despite this being, what?
For my size 10 and a half, it's 11.3 ounces or 320 grams, which is definitely on the heavier side. Like there was a point when we were reviewing shoes, if it went over 11, I was like,
I feel like maybe we swung too much in the way of lightening up daily trainers, maybe losing some things in there. So now I feel like it's correcting itself this year.
Yeah.
Coming back to that more standard range of the daily trainer weight.
When you talk about the paces though, like even this morning, I did my final run before the review on this shoe, and I ran with Megan, and obviously her easy pace is gonna be my up-tempo pace. So I was running with this shoe and I felt really comfortable going through my stride with this and felt like I didn't feel like bottom heavy or anything like that. It felt good.
And one of the things that I actually love about this shoe that I did like about the 25 is the wide platform here.
Especially with your ankles.
Yeah, that's why. You get a really stable ride throughout the whole, throughout your whole stride because of this wide platform. It's actually really nice in that way. That's one of the things I really like about this shoe. If you want a little bit more stability, that's not a stability shoe. I think it's a good thing for this shoe.
Anything else you want to add, Robbie?
I don't think there's anything else I want to
Did we say how much it costs?
Yeah, we didn't. It's $160, which is the same as last year. It's available January 1st, 2024. I'm not a huge fan of this colorway. Probably not gonna wear it.
Casual?
Casually, definitely not gonna wear it casually. Meg's was a little bit better.
Meg's was a cool
I don't think we have
lime
here.
Green, like pale green color.
I'm sure there'll be some better ones.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I agree with you though. When I got this, I was like, denim.
Yeah, Denim Dan. I don't know. This almost looks like maybe. It does look like something you'd wear to the aquarium.
Yes, chasing children around.
Yeah, I mean,
keeping them out of trouble.
It just blends in with the jellyfish.
It's also good when you're listening to Andre 3000's new album, A New Blue Sun.
Have you been listening to that while wearing this?
I've been working on my flute.
Okay.
All right, so that does it for this one. Robbie, what do you give this?
I mean, I give it a green. I don't think it's the most exciting daily train. I think, like, if you want something that's more exciting, go for the Nova Blast 4. But I think for something that's durable, gets a ton of miles, especially with this better rubber on the outsole. Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with the Nimbus.
I'm also gonna give it a green. I thought it's a really fun daily trainer. I enjoy getting miles in this. Anytime that you're wearing a shoe that has this much cushion, but you feel like you can pick up the paces, I think is a nice way to get your miles in and not beat up your legs. So I was really happy with this shoe. And yeah, it's weird because it's so early in the year that we're gonna have to make a mental note when we start going through daily trainers and see if this one holds up over 2024.
Yeah, because I guess it technically is a 2024 shoe.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
In the future.
All right. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out all our content from the running event, which, depending when this video comes out, we either going to or just attend it. So a lot of exciting stuff coming in 2024 that you can check out there. Make sure to listen to our podcast, The Drop, and Fuel for the Soul. Sign up for our email list where you get all our shoe reviews and everything else. Anything else?
Nope. We'll see you out there on the roads.
All right. Let's do it.